Welcome back to Child of Light, friends. Let me tell you, it's quite the treat to just load back into this freaking atmosphere, man. I love what they've done with it. This, like, I've started to realize that, okay, I need to stop bumping into thorns. Thankfully, I have a lot of health potions just lying around. I'll nom one of these and be more careful. But man, I love the atmosphere of this game, and it's one of those testaments to, look, it's simple design, but it's really impactful design to me, emotionally, you know, and just gives me this sense of wonder, too. Okay, there's a button to unlock these, or I forget how to unlock these. I guess I forget, because every time I try to do something, I end up bumping into thorns. So, okay. It's almost like platformer levels of navigation hazards here, is what I'm feeling from the navigation. But anyway. By the way, if you guys noticed I was not feeling too great in the last episode, well, had some things going on mentally, but I'm better today. It's nice. It's nice fun times. You know what? I feel like mental health stuff can be learned, and I'm already, you know, going in that direction to be something that, you know, even if it happens, it doesn't get in the way of your life. It's something you have to train into yourself, and also take care of yourself enough so it doesn't get in the way. And it's hard to actually, describe it, because for me it took years and years of suffering due to my mental stuff in order to realize that I needed to figure it out, and then going through the process of figuring it out, because I couldn't give up, because it was just too painful to just stop trying and continue to stop trying, despite the fact that I had depression tendencies. I don't know if I really had definitive depression, because I never really lost interest in games, for example. Like, I used to go into games and, you know, YouTube and other stuff and just get lost in it constantly. And apparently, if it's depression, you lose interest in your things, in your interests, and that didn't happen for me. But a lot of anxiety issues, a lot of other things that compounded into something that felt like just meaninglessness and sadness and stuff sometimes, and just complete fear sometimes, and just being worthless sometimes. You know, it's funny, because today I woke up realizing that it just feels like, even if I feel like I'm not in a good place, or I'm not okay, or I do all this stuff that people don't like and I don't like, and I have all these flaws, today I just feel like that's okay. I don't know how exactly I came to that, but I came to that from a place of not being able to express it. I feel like this game has some parallels to mental health. It just feels like it. And I'm really hyped to see where they go with those, because I feel like this kind of stuff needs to be talked about more. That's part of my goal I've decided for this channel, is to talk about this stuff openly to gamers. Because I feel like most gamers, the kinds of people that are going to be watching this, probably have some sort of intense mental struggles. And I'm living proof that they can be worked on, and they can be overcome, and I want to be inspiration for people for that. So, either way, I need to get her healed. I'm gonna be careful and defend her. You know, I used to have horrible self-esteem issues, so, long story short, I've started Let's Plays several times in the past few years, because I've wanted to do this for so long. But, basically, self-worth got in the way. Right now, I'm playing the game, I'm not self-deprecating constantly. I'm just allowing my mistakes to happen, learning from them, being calm, and having fun with the game. That used to be difficult for me when I was playing a game by myself. Even though I loved the game, I was beating myself up constantly about it. Because I took every single mistake as a personal failure, and taking anything in life personal, no matter if it feels like it comes from you, or is directed toward you, is dangerous. It seems to only really lead to bad stuff, even if it's completely justifiable in a way, you know? So, you know, trying to move away from that pattern, even if it feels right, as in, like, you know, that's what's going on, it's not right for you. And there's a place where you can accept that you're just like that, and what's the beauty of that is, interestingly, that's the place where you can change. because you're no longer attached to the idea that you're blip, that you're something bad. Like, it's hard to explain, and you probably, if you're in that kind of situation right now, because that was how it was for me, I was not able to really think of myself, think of it as like that, because you just start believing that it's you, and you're bad, and oh well, and not oh well in the sense of you can get over it, but oh well in the sense of there's nothing I can do. But, well, the funny thing is, well, there actually may be nothing you can do. There's still a silver lining that most people don't come to, I'd say, and I didn't come to for the longest time. And I think that is the fact that you are able to, like, there's so many dimensions to a human being that there's always something more than you think there is, no matter how narrow your view of yourself is. It takes you realizing that. And a lot of times, pain can come to a point where the mind just shuts down and then you just instantly become aware of the good things. It's interesting. But it's just like your brain becomes so tired that you just realize that there's a different way. It's like your mind forces you to survive. At least that's how it was for me, because I'm so sensitive. There's times where I just would have extreme mental breakdowns, and those are becoming less of a thing. It's funny, I'm actually having them more often, but they're less extreme. It's like, okay, I feel like I feel all the emotion I felt before, but I feel like I can act on it. Like I can have it there, and I can consciously do things to help with them while accepting that there is emotion here. It's emotion. It doesn't mean anything specifically about anything. It is emotion. It is a part of my experience right now, but that is all it is. And there's so much beauty in that. There's even so much beauty in accepting that the good things are just another part of your experience and that they may fade as well, because that just makes you appreciate it so much more once you get past any sort of melancholy or sadness or anger about like, this isn't gonna last forever. Like, this game is fucking beautiful. But, who knows if we'll be even able to play games, even later in my life. Like, if you look at what Mother Nature is doing to our cities, it's very possible, I'd say, that in a few years our technology will a lot of our technology will cease working, because what is a lot of it depending on at the moment? Inter-networked, servers and all sorts of things. Like, the internet is such a huge thing, and it's become so integral to the society, but it's the kind of thing that could likely be destroyed by extreme natural disasters very easily. And, well, have you looked at, how extreme the most extreme natural disasters have been in the last few decades? If you really look at all the worst tornadoes and tsunamis and blah 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 over the past few decades, you'll probably notice that there's more destruction recorded, if not all, a lot of the most recent ones. And, you're thinking it might have something to do with global warming. People say, oh shit, people sometimes forget how to play video games and have their main character die. Because this game is still rather easy, and I think I can just kill them with her because she's so beefy, and it looks like I don't lose the game when I want to call her Celeste, because of another side-scrolling game this reminds me of. I probably won't be Let's Playing that for some time, though, because it's hardcore. Platformers, and it's also a game that is about anxiety to the point where it actively uses anxiety as a thematic thing, and it makes me anxious playing it. I mean, duh. So it might be a while before I play that game on the camera, but I want to because of the mental health awareness that it brings. And I feel like a lot of people are scared to, like, one of my favorite YouTubers, Laura, he's just hard no on games like Celeste, because he has a lot of mental stuff that he knows would trigger if he did that. Like, I have a lot of stuff that I know might trigger if I play some of this stuff. But at the same time, to me, a lot of it feels therapeutic if I'm in the right mindset. so I'd be careful about when I record. Wait, where does it put me when I gamed over? I need to pay more attention, clearly. Maybe I need to not fight that thing if I can. And maybe I need to be down here more and not up there so much. I might actually need to come back down here. Not really be up here. Okay, it looks like I have to press X while I'm floating over there, which seems a little odd for me, but hey, you can't actually transition areas by actually going to the very bottom of the area. That seems odd to me, but oh well. Okay, be careful about the thorns. I think I actually, yeah, it looks like the game really was funneling me in this direction. And, okay, here's what I'll do. I'll go up there. First of all, I'll see, okay, I have skills. It would help to put these in somewhere, wouldn't it? Okay, so, ooh, flash of light targeting all dark creatures. Light is strong against dark. Now, I don't know if those are dark at all, but we'll see. And then let's give her heal all and fucking use it, because that's another thing I wasn't doing. You know, on top of using Starlight. I was just kind of trying to attack everything to death, and that was working until I got to what I assume is a boss. I think I should be up here, so I'll go up here. By the way, you know, I'm not a completionist. I apologize for completionists I may anger or annoy, but maybe this channel ain't for ya. But yeah, like, I like to speed through a game for the story, the thematic experiences, the emotion, music, the characters. Not so much trying to max out my gameplay stuff. Like, sometimes I'll get really invested in the gameplay. But for me, these kind of games, I mean, are primarily story, and I feel like that's how a lot of players are, though I don't know how many players out there who care a lot more about gameplay in these kind of RPGs. I feel like they're more... The gameplay is more there for a sort of thematic additive to the story, and I feel like it adds a lot of just padding, mostly, in order to really get you hyped for more of the story, but that doesn't work on... I don't know, that's just my 2 cents on JRPG combat, because I've always felt it almost kind of boring. Like, okay, people are probably gonna hate me for this, but Final Fantasy combat has never been for me. That's the only reason I've never really delved into any Final Fantasy game. But because this combat has been simple enough that I can just barge through it, then yes, please. I mean, heck, games that captivate me, absolutely captivate me at the beginning with their story, which, I mean, I'll probably get a lot of flack for this, but no Final Fantasy game I've tried has done that yet, okay? Don't know why, I just haven't, okay? So, games like Persona 3 and 4, I cheated through them. I had emulator versions of them, I cheated through them on the emulators because they were hard games if you ever played Persona. But I loved the story, so I kept barging through it, you know, and then Persona 5 actually had the safe mode where I can just barge through it. And I like doing that because I play the games for the story because there's so much there. It's like freaking a TV series or a movie of story, but it's more substantial. Definitely more substantial than a movie, and oftentimes I'd say more substantial than a TV series, if only in the way that it delivers personal feelings about the events and the characters, you know? And I just feel like games as a storytelling medium are extremely powerful in ways that most developers probably aren't prioritizing. Like, there's so many RPGs that people say, man, the story's great, but the ending is meh. Like, if I was making an RPG, I would make sure the ending wrapped up everything. Like, I really respect developers like Supergiant Games. Spoiler alert, we're probably going to play everything they have ever offered, and maybe ever will offer, you know, on my channel, at least in the time that I'm doing this channel. I don't know how long I'm going to be doing this channel. I hope it to be a lot longer than just this one game. I hope to play a lot of stuff on here, and I'm not even going to see how many people I get views and subscribes and stuff from. I'm just going to see what happens, and I'm going to keep trying to make better content, more varied content, you know, more games, actually finish games, you know, not just play through story games either. You know, play some online games with, you know, people that I play stuff with IRL if they're good with it. I could just, you know, make videos about any sort of game that I'm really interested in mechanics-wise. There's a few of those, like games that I play because they're freaking fun to me, and you know, I still play. And I want to make games, comprehensive videos of those in some way. You know, there's a few ideas I have. I'm just kind of doing this as a test because I've been thinking, okay, I still want to do, you know, a gaming channel. What do I do with a gaming channel? Because everything I've tried, I just quit. How do I make sure I don't quit? And I think I've found out the formula. I really feel more invested than I ever have in this, and we'll see. Like, right now, I'm getting my foot in the door by proving to myself I can finish a game on the channel, because I haven't done that yet. If you look back at all my other playlists, they aren't finished yet. I'm not going to delete them. I feel like they should be there for posterity and, like, seeing how far I've grown. I want to look back in a year and see, hey, this is where I came from, this is where I'm at. You know, hopefully having really improved my content in a tangible way that I can see. And, you know, hopefully brought joy to people, or a person, at least. Like, if one person really enjoyed one thing that I ever made, I feel like I'd done my job. Like, it's just a hobby for me right now. I'd love to make money off of YouTube, but I know that's a very slim possibility for me. So, if that happens, heck yeah. If it doesn't, I'm just gonna keep grinding on this, you know, at my own pace, in my own way. I'm gonna vary up content a lot. I probably won't finish this game before I put some more content up, because I've been thinking about that. But, you know, like, I want to finish this game, and I want to put more videos up. I want to talk about more different stuff. I want to just continue being unadulteratedly me, and figure out, you know, like, you know, what happens, and continue to contribute to my growth and my, you know, and what I want to put out there, and hopefully really help out a lot of people along the way in some kind of emotional way, or just make people feel like they're understood, or just intrigue and entertain people, you know? If I've done that thing for anyone at all, then yeet. Okay, looks like I've kinda done all there is to do up here. Looks like basically after you kill that thing, then you're good. 'Cause I can tell you 100%. I don't know. Did I kill that thing? I'm pretty sure I did, because I have more skills now. I literally just wasn't paying attention again, but I somehow did it that time. Alright. I'm just focusing on talking while playing right now, getting that down, while playing a game that isn't going to really be hindered too much by that. And I'm probably going to do easier stuff for a while, or at least games that I know well, and can play while blabbing comfortably, in some way. Oh, a chesty that I haven't seen before. There we go. An antidote. It's nice. I don't think I'll really end up using that stuff much, because it looks like a lot of the effects and ailments are not as critical. So, okay, it looks like I may need to go more left, I feel like. I don't know. Can I run at all? Is it possible to run? I haven't really tried, because like, I feel like I don't know, shouldn't be using... Okay, yeah, I'm gonna flee. Because it just... I mean, I've been fighting a lot of things. I know I can fight the things in here. I'm probably a little over-leveled, because I tend to just do that to myself with these games, without really trying to, because I have just this instinct to fight everything, you know, and every time I go through an area, fight everything again, and I tend to just over-level myself in these games, and I want to get on with the story in this one. I know that I can, and that I more than likely won't hit a difficulty wall of doom. Especially because everyone's saying this is an easy game, and I'm on the easy difficulty, so, yeah. Not everyone, but a lot of people. I mean, you know, I am gonna try to really avoid generalizing when I talk in general. Like, I'm gonna really break a habit of generalizing anything, because life doesn't work that way. And I feel like the more people generalize... It's just dangerous. It's a dangerous way to think, I think. And I feel like it leads to a lot of bad shenanigans and choices and things. So, you know, I try to avoid generalizing and kind of, you know, maybe influence people to stop generalizing as much too. Whenever I get any sort of content out there, or I talk to someone about this, or people notice that I don't generalize as much as so many people seem to tend to do. Now, what am I doing again? I was looking at the confessions, and Alright, so, the centuries have been unkind to us. These poems are freaking immaculate. Wait, I'm not reading it. Let me read the second line. Gods forgotten, within white templates fade. Under lidded eyes the palace sits, frayed. Doors close, behind bleached rooms gathering dust. The gilded thrones green, muted by dull rust. Rings worn into still walls chart neglect laid, strata of history cleaned by no maid, no breeze, mirrors shut, glass mottled with must. The explorers stand still, statues bleached white, eyes lidded, heads empty as the room. Plans fade for a future repainted bright, pristine comes unclean without a fresh fight. The past reigns, skeletal, holding a blank slate, the gleaming potential of a tomb. Wait, I think I've read that one. Because the only line for some reason stuck in my head was the gleaming potential of a tomb. That really hit me when I read that last time. The last time I read that, and I finally understand that this is the one that I needed to read. Because I literally didn't remember that until the end. Alright, let me actually grab some water before I do that. By the way, stay hydrated, kids. Yee. Love dissolves in the daylight. Lost night's scent. A hand open in the candlelight begs mine. I turn away, wick burned down to dregs. Tsars, kaisers, princes, their charms on me spent. At dawn my heart returned to what was lent. Time's heart's touch owns me, whipping at my legs. The secret steps ahead, guilt to me time pegs to abate Lemuria's fast descent. But day has its shadows, nooks under rocks. Someone knows secrets new who explored not. Man, this poem seems to read weirdly to me, but I might just be not getting it. Time has its watchmaker, can stop all clocks. A meek duke trembling, gentle hands drawn. One dance banished all light and night caught. You stood in the way and eclipsed the dawn. Man, I'm wondering who these are from. I feel like this is from either her mother. I think her name's Aurelia. Hold on. I bet. Aurora. Rebel. Okay. I feel like that's either Aurora's mother or her? Or like Aurora's mother version in this realm? Because remember, she's from Austria and Earth, I think. Like, in a version of Earth, I think. Like medieval Earth. So you gotta wonder, like, why she's here and why the beginning of the movie seemed to I mean, it's movie-like in the way that it's presented, I'd say, in a way that's wonderful to me. But yeah, okay, I'm still going left, which means I feel like there's still more. Oh, Nicholas, fly on by. The lowest of the low I do not spy. Oh, Aurora, search the sky. Because I don't see the highest of the high. Yeah, I was supposed to go all the way this way, looks like. Because this is a transition. Man, the artistry! These are the kind of games that I'm most excited to play for this channel. These kind of artistry games. Empty, where could they all be? Apologies for not reading every line, but you guys could probably read what's there, fine. I feel like I'm unintentionally starting to rhyme because these games' rhymes are fine. Help me! Okay, I'm done. Maybe. That wasn't even on purpose. I don't know if I'm done. RIP. Okay. That was half on purpose. I saw the potential and I had to do it, even though it was bad. It was kind of not a great rhyme, I am aware, but at least that's what I feel like. It wasn't a bad rhyme. Because, see, that's another thing. Objective judging, especially of oneself and the things that you do. Oh, that was bad. That was terrible. I feel like that just causes unnecessary bad feelings that get in the way of a lot of shit in your life that you probably don't understand. So I'm trying to get rid of that habit too. I'm trying to, I'm gradually, doing less of that, and I feel like that's part of why I feel lighter and better and happier recently. And I feel like that that habit is going to compound for the rest of my life, and it's going to be wonderful. Excuse me, sir, you have the sun or the moon within this well? Have you the sun or the moon within this well? Hurrah, princess, you came! Most certainly not, can't you see? I am all alone again. My grandpa and I are coast casters, keeping the village safe from demise. I left a couple of days before, to replenish our supplies. And zounds, the Dark Queen cursed my kin to birds. The water of Leth would cure him, and I have to make the journey down. But fear has... Poor man. The well must go down only a short span. Come on, Finn. Jump in. Finn. Finn. Why did he call her Finn? I don't know. I'm guessing he called her Finn, so that's what this I was wondering what this raven-looking person is. I guess he was the town drunk, or she. They were the town drunk there. And this is just, you know, a raven just chilling. Yeah, okay. It's funny how all the others look like just normal ravens doing raven things, except this one's rather large. And then this one is clearly, like, you know, the drunk raven. I'm here for it. Yeah, if you look at them, they're all very... look at the detail of people. Like, are you seeing the details of just all the different birds? They were different people, and it's clear there's some of that left in most of these, in some of these anyway. Look, the scarecrow in the background, the windmill. Like, this game's art style is simple, but there's so much detail, despite the simplicity. Like, you do not need AAA graphics to frickin' impress people. Like, I want to make an indie game like this. You know why? Because I love this simplicity of design thing. Like, a lot of the games I end up playing a ton are games that have either really simplistic, but really tight and really, you know, easy to learn, hard to master kinds of gameplay systems. And I've also started to notice that I like that in art, too. The simplicity, the tightness, the kind of conformity, and the not having to have, like, extreme high-res everything. And all I know is I love these kind of artistic, drawn-style games. That's part of why I'm a huge fan of Supergiant games. I'm a huge fan of tons of indie games like this. And those are parts of the... that's a huge percentage of the types of games that I'd love to play on this channel one day. And this is the start of that. You said you cast spells? Aye, princess, I'm one of the best. In the well it will be put to the test. Hurrah! Finn here. Oh, that's Finn. Okay. Come on, Finn, jump in. That's Finn. Aurora, do not call me princess. Okay. Finn has joined the journey. Yay, the party. We have a dude now. We have a third party member. Yay. And I need to take care of something IRL after this cutscene. BT Dub's friends. Wow, I love the silhouette. I love the way this scene came in. What an eerie place, cold as death's own face. This freaking rhyming. I love the way the dialogue and everything in this game is written. Like, seriously. I love fantastical names like Igniculus. I love the rhyming, the wordplay, the mystique that adds to the already holy mystique Batman this game possesses. Oh yeah, and now we have a bunch of points to give him. And defense, strength. So we're gonna do what we've done with the other two for now. HP? Okay, so she's a healer, she's a caster. Let's, like, give him, like, strength. Like, I know that he's a caster too, but let's go down this path with him just to see. Alright, friends, so I'm gonna go take care of that thing I was going to, and this is the end of the episode for now, so I hope y'all have a wonderful time, and join me in the next video. Yeetle.